everyone, welcome back. So in the previous video, I talked about Sideways and how I thought he was a Spider-Man-ish character. And I do think that perhaps that was a bit diminishing to his character, but when I say Spider-Man-ish, what I meant was a relatable teenage hero who has the core demographic of other teenagers. And if those are the criteria, I do think there are other characters who would fit that a lot better. I mean, to be fair, DC has many other teenage superheroes, but I don't think many of them follow the criteria needed to be a Spider-Man-ish character. As in, many of them are not immensely relatable. Now, to be fair, some of them are. Some of them do relate the experience of being a teenager through the lens and metaphor of being a superhero. But at the same time, that's kind of it. Most of them don't have separate issues in their daily lives. Some of them don't relate to having money problems. And I think that is the main issue here. For many DC heroes, once they become heroes, that is all they are. There is no clear separation between their hero life and their normal life, and trying to balance both, if they even have a double life to begin with. And I think that's what the DCEU needs. It needs a relatable teenage hero who can balance both his hero life and his normal life. And I'm not sure why I'm dragging this out. You saw the thumbnail, you know who this is. Static Shock is a really cool character, and I think one that the DCU really needs to have. So if you don't know who this is, Static Shock, or Vigil Hawkins, is a teenage superhero who has electric powers, which is an oversimplification, but for now that's okay. So at first, Static was made for the Milestone universe, along with Icon and Rocket, but they were all then merged into the DC universe. Static was a bright but normal teenager who, due to some circumstances, was caught in the middle between the police and a gang feud, where the police threw off some unique gas which either killed or mutated the people who were present. So, suddenly, Virgil possessed electromagnetic powers. So Virgil's powers are really cool. He's able to control and create electromagnetic fields, which allows him to some degree manipulate metal, which he uses to fly around. He also has many other sub-powers, such as manipulating wavelengths, but more impressively, he can use his powers to manipulate electricity, meaning he can shoot lightning, make lightning balls, and other unique tricks. So in his daily life, he has to balance not only being a superhero, but also being a regular teenager in Dakota City. So I think now we should explore how exactly his character should be brought into the DCU, and we'll do so after the break. Okay, so in my opinion, Static should be brought in either Chapter 1 or Chapter 2. I think earlier is better because it allows his character to actually grow up with the DCU. So I think there are a few other topics of discussion. For example, should it be a TV show or a movie? And I think for both, an argument can be made. I think that if it's a TV show, it would allow for more storytelling. You can tell a much bigger and broader story on TV because you have more time. But at the same time, if it's a movie, I think it'll feel a lot more grandiose. Moreover, if it's a movie, I think more people will go and see it, and therefore he'll get more coverage and more exposure. And I think maybe that's why it should be actually both. Again, I want him to be exposed to the DC universe in its fullest, so I think they should begin with a TV show and then expand to a movie, or at the very least, bring him into other people's movies, like in a Justice League movie or a Teen Titans movie. So if they were to make a Static Shock TV show, what would it be about? Well, I do have a few ideas actually. I think that it should be a self-contained story and also fun but simple. So since most people don't know who he is, it should be an origin story where we explore his backstory and also the Big Bang, the event that gave him his powers. And then the rest of the movie should be about him trying to defeat the other people who were affected. It could be like one person or the whole gang, whichever matters. But also, I think it's really important to develop the life of Virgil Hawkins as well, like his own personal life with his family, his father, his friends, and really make Dakota City feel like a lived-in place. By the end, Static should be the main hero of Dakota City, and he should do this by learning his powers in depth, while also learning a lesson about being a hero. Even though it is a self-contained story, we could connect him to other DCU heroes that may be around his area. And if they do need a blueprint, I think it should come from two main places, those being his original comic book and of course the TV show. They could use both for his origins and storyline. And also, small tangent, I usually like all of Static Shock's costumes, but I always preferred his like newest 2024 suit. I think it's like so much like cooler to look at, I don't know. But also his TV show costume is pretty good as well. I am not the biggest fan of his OG comic book costume, but I think it could also work. But I mean, I think he can also like have several different suits in his career, like change suits every few years to like show his growth. And we could have every single suit make an appearance that way. But yeah, what do you think? Do you think Static would be a good addition to the DCU? Or would you prefer someone else? Let me know in the comments. And also, if you like this video, you can also watch my other video on the Terrifics. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Peace.